Did you know that 1 in 9 people in the world today is undernourished? That's 795 million people. Asia is the continent with the most hungry people, 2/3 of the total. That equates to 67%. 1 in 4 children suffer from stunted growth. In some developing countries, it is as high as 1 in 3. Agriculture is the world's largest employer, providing livelihoods for 40% of the global population. If women farmers had the same access to resources as men, the number of hungry people in the world could be reduced by 150 million. Since the 1900s, some 75% of crop diversity has been lost from farmers' fields. Global hunger is on the rise again, affecting over 815 million people, 11% of the world's population. At the same time, multiple forms of malnutrition are threatening the health of millions worldwide. Food security is a growing global risk. The world will need to produce at least 50% more food to feed 9 billion people by 2050. At the same time, the global food and agriculture system is both contributing to and threatened by climate change and the degradation of natural resources. It is time to rethink how we grow and share and consume our food. If done right, agriculture, forestry and fisheries can provide nutritious food for all and generate decent incomes while supporting people-centred rural development and protecting the environment. Right now, our soils, fresh water, oceans, forests and biodiversity are being rapidly degraded. Climate change is putting even more pressure on the resources we depend on, increasing risks associated with disasters such as droughts and floods. Many rural women and men can no longer make ends meet on their land, forcing them to migrate to cities in search of opportunities. Poor food security is also causing millions of children to be stunted or too short for the ages due to severe malnutrition. A profound change of the global food and agriculture system is needed if we are to nourish the 815 million people who are hungry today and the additional 2 billion people expected to be undernourished by 2050. Investments in agriculture are crucial to increasing the capacity for agricultural productivity and sustainable food production. Systems are necessary to help alleviate the perils of hunger. The targets related to this SDG seek to address some key areas such as by 2020, maintain the genetic diversity of seeds, cultivated plants and farmed and domesticated animals and their related wild species, including thorough, soundly managed and diversified seed and plant banks at the national, regional and international levels, and promote access to fair and equitable sharing of benefits arising from the utilisation of genetic resources and associated traditional knowledge as internationally agreed. By 2030, double the agricultural productivity and incomes of small-scale food producers, in particular women, Indigenous peoples, family farmers, pastoralists and fishers, including through secure and equal access to land, other productive resources and inputs, knowledge, financial services, markets and opportunities for value addition and non-farm employment. Ensure sustainable food production systems and implement resilient agricultural practices that increase productivity and production, that help maintain ecosystems, that strengthen capacity for adaptation to climate change, extreme weather, drought, flooding and other disasters, and that progressively improve land and soil quality. Increase investment, including through enhanced international cooperation in rural infrastructure, agricultural research and extension services, technology development and plant and livestock gene banks in order to enhance agricultural productive capacity in developing countries, in particular least developed countries. Correct and prevent trade restrictions and distortions. Correct and prevent trade restrictions and distortions in world agricultural markets, including through the parallel elimination of all forms of agricultural export subsidies and all export measures with equivalent effect, in accordance with the mandate of the Doha Development Round. In some cases, business can negatively impact on food security and sustainable agriculture in a range of ways, e.g. by distributing unsafe food products, causing damage to arable land, not respecting resource and land rights through financing and investment decisions. Business is also a critical partner in helping achieve food security and sustainable agriculture through designing and delivering effective, scalable and practical solutions. Every actor along the agricultural supply chain, including farmers, producers, traders, retailers, investors and consumers, has a critical role to play to establish sustainable food systems that advance food security, protect the environment and ensure economic opportunity. At a minimum, business is expected to act responsibly by mitigating any negative impacts. Business is also encouraged to find opportunities with positive impact.